Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias to some of our Spanish friends. Let's give it another minute or so. I think we still see people joining. Is it everybody invited, Dominica?
There's one person still in the waiting room, but that's fine, I think.
Okay. All right, so we'll kick it off. And hi, everyone, again. Jordi here from London GD Handball Club. And we are very pleased today to welcome another top handball player. And for a change, we have today one of the best ladies center backs in the world right now. She's the current silver medalist in the World Championships, Nerea Pena from Spain, where I'm also from. So I'm very proud. And I'm introducing, the Q&A. But today we're going to have also a change, and it's going to be Dominica Campa, who's going to be leading the whole Q&A. I'll stay this time in the background, and you can use me essentially if you want to submit some questions that are, whether it's anonymous or you want to tell me, listen, I would like to ask a question, and then I can pass on and feed those into Dominica, who she will be controlling the flow. So I'll hand it over to Dominica and then Nerea as well to introduce themselves.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining, especially that it's sunny in London. So I do appreciate taking the time and not going and enjoying the sun outside. We'll have around 40 minutes. The same rules as always follow, so please stay muted. If you want to ask the question and you get called out, please unmute yourself, just to prevent noise on the line. Otherwise, please use the chat function. It's on the bottom in the bar with options, the middle button. And you can either chat me, you can chat everyone, or Jordi, and we will try to moderate your question. As Jordi said, we've got a pleasure to host Nerea today. We have some questions collected from you, and we will start with these. But if you have anything on your mind that comes to you as we speak, please do not hesitate. It should be interactive, and we want it to be fun, as informative as possible. So over to you, Nerea, for a very short intro before we start.
Hi there, everyone. I don't know if you know me or not, but I'm Nerea Pena. I am a handball player. And first, thanks to Jordi to invite me here. It's really nice to see that people care about handball. They want to speak with us. They want to ask us questions. So I'm really happy to be here. I don't know how to introduce myself, but I will say I now actually play in Siofok in Hungary in a team who is now playing in the Hungarian league and trying to go for Champions League. And also I play in the national team, in the Spanish national team, who, as he told, we reached this December the silver medal, a really important one, who opened it as the chance to go to the Olympics. But you know how is the situation right now. So since March, everybody's locked down. So it was really, really hard for us to lose this opportunity to play the pre-Olympic tournament. But in 1 month, I will start again the pre-season with my team. So the objective is the same, try to go for Tokyo 2021 now. So we hope we can reach it, and we hope that we will fight for it.
Well, fingers crossed that the delay is not getting in the way and you're still, keeping your high chances of getting another medal to your collection, the probably most wanted medal. But let's start at the beginning. We had a few questions from Raul, from Maria that I see on the line here on why you decided to try handball and how it all started for you.
Was a kind of first option because my sister was the coach, so she kind of put the hand on my neck and then bring me there. Yes, but actually I was playing I was in a college named now I don't remember how it was my college. Santa. Wait. Yes, my memory is like that. Santo Ángel. Sorry, because after I changed the school is why I was in a small school called Santo Ángel, and then we had no sports, of course, and we had to go outside. And my sister was a teacher or coach in Jesuitas. Probably the Spanish people know this. Kind of school secta, I will say, sorry. And they pick up us to go there. So yes, I was playing there first time. So I had no option, I can say like that.
So did you dream to become a famous player from the very beginning, or did you just join for fun and then the history happened?
Actually, not. I was an hyperactive girl. Really, they put me everywhere, like just to be outside home. I think my mom, every activity was there. She put me in. So no, I started playing also basketball, and I also made some music. I don't know the English name of the instruments I did, but was oboe and flauta travesera. If somebody can translate, this will be super. Because I don't know in English, this kind of English I did not learn yet. So yeah, they put me everywhere. And after I chose handball, or because when I was child, I was good. I was good in handball, so I keep it that way. But I never thought to being professional. So yeah.
So it just happened. I mean, I wish these things just happened to me too. Um, but another question from Paula this time. When you were kind of growing up, was there a female player that you admired and kind of considered an idol person to follow and kind of grow to be similar?
Actually, I would like that. I will say yes, but in my city, I had the men's team. Probably you know Portland, San Antonio. So my player or the key player I followed was a man and was Jackson Richardson. Probably, I hope, probably everybody knows because he was kind of the best player I never seen. Like in that time, he was really a star, and he was the key player I was following. Yes, because I have to say, women's in that time was of course not in the TV, and of course not the next near me. So I had no any team I could went or I could go, sorry, or I had not the option to see. So I start to knew the female handball world when I went to Chaco. So after 15, 16 years is when I start to knew the players.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
So following a bit on this, you obviously said that you didn't quite have the female idol, more on the men's side. What is the secret formula then? How do you actually become successful? What does it take to grow to be the best center back in the world, to have a few medals from the biggest events?
First, I don't think I'm the best center back. There
You're
are
just
a lot
very
of
modest.
no, of course not. No. First, I don't believe in this ideal best anything, because I think there are a lot of good people doing a lot of different things. But how I became Birimber, I think I was really lucky because I had a really good coach in the beginning. It's Ambros Martin. So he was the first who picked up me when I was 16 years old. And I think it was a quite really good age when he picked up me. Mm-hmm. So he really teach me almost everything I know. He show me how to play handball. I can say like this. Of course, it was a long time ago, but I was with him 6 years, and I think he's one of the best coach I ever met. So he really showed me the way to become and to see the handball how I see it right now.
Makes sense. Another question from Paula on coaching. Paula, do you want to ask it yourself? I think we have you on the line. That probably means a no. So I'll ask the question. Is this the coach that you would like to be trained once again by, or do you have any other coach that you would like to play with and learn from and work with?
This will be a little bit strange, but it's not like I want. But I'm curious to be with Trefilov, the Russian one. I don't know if you know him. Mm-hmm. I would like to try once with him, because from outside, of course, he's scaring so much. But everybody who is
definitely,
yes, it's just a kind of scary. But everybody who was with him, they speak really good about him. So I would like once to be in one training or 1 week to really see how kind he is from inside. Yes, it will be really amazing experience probably.
That's an answer that I didn't expect, but probably it's tough luck. So totally understand. We've got a question from Jordi. Jordi, are you on the line? Jordi is on the line. Do you want to ask the question yourself?
Yeah. Hi, Nerea. Nice to meet you.
Hi.
Yeah, it's a bit more like because we are going on this flow, that's a good flow, and my question is a bit, I don't know, tricky. But anyway, I wanted to know, how do you prepare yourself mentally to go back after having a really, really bad injury?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this question was, they asked me if I want to answer it or not. And yeah, of course, I don't like to speak about injury itself, but I like to speak about how to get back, because I think it's really important. And I think not everybody is prepared to that kind of injuries. Like, nobody is prepared for that kind of injury, sorry, but unfortunately I had quite a lot. So yeah, the experience made me learn. Actually, first I have to say that I had really good rehabilitation recovery. So this helped me a lot. I did not have any trouble in the rehabilitation who a lot of people have, so I cannot speak by them. I can speak for the ones who is like an easy, I can say. Actually, when I was injured first time, I was in Chaco. The first time I speak about my knee right now. I was in Chaco, and of course I was home. So the bad thing about this injury was that it was before the Olympics. So you can imagine the Olympics in London were in 2012 summer, and I got injured in February. So if you make counts, it was like 5 months. So yeah, mentally those was really hard to accept. Like I cannot go to the in that time I didn't know that we will be or not, but of course it was a chance. So it was really hard and it was really sad. But my objective on that time was like, I will see, because my physio was really supporting me. Like, Nerea, okay, we know it's not quite big time, but who knows? If the rehabilitation is okay, we will see. So this was like a little bit my motivation to go on, no? And when the door opens, so I was 4.5 months, and also imagine Chaco in that time it did bankrupt. I say it good. I don't know how it's in English. Bankrupt. Yeah. So it went bankrupt. So I had no team. I was injured, no knee, no team, no nothing. So was not only thinking my knee, I was like thinking in my whole life. So it was like I don't know how to say, like an aim to get it but better, because I wanted to find a new team. I wanted to also find a team when I can again fight for Champions League, like I was with Chaco. So it was kind of like I don't know how to say reto in English. Sorry, you can help me.
Challenge.
Sorry, yes, a challenge. Like to try to get or to find something like I wish or I would like to. But that one was the second one. The second one, of course, I recover was the first one. I did in February 15, and on February 10 next year, 2013, I broke again my knee. Same one. So this was really hard. I was in my new team. I came to Budapest, so I was in a new team. Half year, everything is okay. I lost the Olympics, blah, 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 but I found a team who plays Champions League. So imagine, really good for me. I was feeling really good. And I broke again my knee. This one was harder, but the good thing is I was here and I couldn't spend a lot of time at home. So I was trying to find the positive things from these 2 years. I was playing junior national team, first team, blah, 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 since I was 14 years old. So imagine, no summers, no rest, no vacations, no university parties, no nothing. So yes, it's not that funny as you think being professional handball player. And when I broke my knee, I could spend a lot of time at home with my family, with my friends. I could make holidays I could not do in 6-7 years. So I try to enjoy these things, but of course, as I told you, it's because my recovery was also okay. So it was like, we say, like bicycle, like cycling, like everything went as supposed to be. I did the time as it has to be. I had no pain. So it's kind of, I think I was also lucky on that way. So I was working hard, of course, because my aim was always the same: come back, try to play Champions League. I wanted to be a professional handball player. I wanted to go back to European World Championship. I was there. I know what it means, and this is the best of handball. Now, when you can go to this kind of championship. So So if some of you are in injury, keep going.
That's probably the advice to keep in mind. And there is one question on the advice that I think came from Jordi. Jordi, do you want to ask it yourself?
Yes, in terms of advice, we've asked some of our previous guests as well. What would you say is the best advice you've received when you were younger that you've applied? And if there is another one that then you have used for others, or that you would share here in the chat, whether it's for amateur players like we have most of us in England, and also maybe some young players, because we have today our friends from Iplacea, and this is a special invitation we've sent out because Pablo Barreira, who coaches and plays for them, was here in London with us. So it would be great to get a sense of, like, in terms of advice, what would you say is the best couple of those you've received and given?
It's nice young people is also here because, of course, now I am an old handball player. So yeah, I changed from being the small one in Ichaco. I was from 16 years old. I was there, and everybody was from 23 or more. So I was the skinny one. Ambrose, my coach, called me this. I cannot small bird. It's pajarilla. Always call me. So yeah. And now I am like the old, almost died bird who has to teach the small bird to make everything. And what I'm seeing there, and this it will be kind of regret or something like this. When I came to this world, I was following all the other school players. No, they were the boss, so I follow the rules. This is the advice I can tell. Like, I had a really good captain in Ichaco, and her name is Andrea Barno, who is actually now a really good friend. And she was really taking care of me. She saw I was a crazy, young player, and she was like my second mom, telling me how to do, what yes, what not, how to. And for me, she was like a mirror where to see myself, because she, of course, was also from Navarra, from my province in English, yes, province, yes,
Correct.
Okay, and for me, she was like my example or my mirror, and she was really taking care of me, because I think she also saw on me the chance I have to be a handball player. So she was really nice to me always. But what I see now from the young, I will be I will judge a little bit the young people. Now they don't really care so much about that. It's like they don't need a mirror, they don't need people who look at, and this is sometimes really hard for me. Not I don't want them to look at me, not that way, but sometimes we really care about them. We want them to show, but some of them, they really don't care. So my advice to them will see, like, yes, follow the orders, because they will be your way to go up. They have experience, like when they say, follow your mom, listen to your mom, something like this, no? Yes, and you say, yeah. But really it's like this. Of course, the experience gives you that. But yeah, I will say now what I don't like from this young, new generation, not all of them, but it's like generally, like they came like they know everything. And then in that way, it's a little bit hard sometimes. So my advice will be really listen to the others, because they want to help you. They want to show you the way. So yeah, I would like to say that.
It's usually a pretty good advice. So I totally agree. Let's talk a bit about the game and what you do while playing. We got a few questions on dealing with the pressure. What is your way to, focus on the game, get prepared, and get on the pitch fully focused and kind of, with one aim of winning?
Sorry. Yeah, sometimes for me maybe it will be kind of strange, but for me sometimes I will start from the beginning. Sorry. For me to play that kind of matches, like the silver medal, the final of the championship, then when you play against Jör, in my case, or when this kind of important match, for me, this is what I'm waiting all the season. So I'm waiting for these matches. So I don't really have to focus or concentrate. If not, I have to try to calm down because I want to play these matches so much. So I'm extra motivated, and sometimes this is what I have to control. Actually, for me, sometimes it's the opposite. When you play against a team who is not that good, sometimes it's like, I have no energy, and this is really bad, I know. And then I really use my try to concentrate and try to get the good thing from these matches, because sometimes it's like a training, but it's important training, because then you can try to use new things, Also, this is important to focus on these matches, because this is when in your games, when you make stupid things. But when you have this kind of motivated, really good matches, this is what I'm waiting. So as I told you, I'm old. So I'm waiting for these matches. Now, sometimes we have to play a lot of matches comparing with 5-6 years ago. So now when you have that kind of matches, for me, concentrate, of course, I do not a lot of video because I don't really like so much video, but I do important video. So I try to prepare But now, we play always against the same team. So, more or less how they play, what they are looking for, what they are going to play or defense. So I try to focus on the players who against I will play, so who is in front of me. And I try to analyze them as much as I can and try to prepare in my mind, because I dream a lot. So sometimes in the night I only think in the match and everything. So I try to prepare as much as I can. But as I concentrate, I think the most important is that the team is together and the team has the same aim. This is the most important, to create a good atmosphere in the team.
Totally hear you. There's a question from Jose Roldan, who's our men's executive and sits on our board. If any of your friends from your previous teams, maybe from the national team, have a cool ritual, you don't have to name them, but you clearly say that you just do your prep. So any of your friends do something funny before, something interesting that is not so standard, that you maybe would like to tell us about?
I have to say that like a ritual, I think the only ritual in the national team, for example, before we go to the presentation, so before they name us, we make like a round, like kind of rugby. Yes, and we make like the captain make a speech, and it's like a kind of super motivation, almost like a haka. Or we are there, and it's really motivating because everybody, sometimes they also name some really sensible words or some for example, before the final, not like we are here. This is our door for the Olympics. So they put us the blood really up. And they use really good sentence sometimes. So this can be our ritual in the national team. But I have to say that in the team, we have no quite like as a team ritual. No, some people make crazy things like I always have to put the right foot before the left one. This thing that I don't understand, I have to say, because sometimes they made do you. I don't know how to say this in English, but sometimes when you don't do that or you cannot do that, they are crazy. They already will play bad because they know everything will go bad because of this left foot. So sorry, this I don't like, I have to say.
Totally understand. Let's stay on the topic of the national team for a while. We've got a question from Cristobal, who used to play with us and has recently, unfortunately, moved out of England. So Cristobal, do you want to ask it yourself? He's smiling, so I take it as a yes. Cristobal, unmute yourself and ask.
Hola, Nerea.
Hola,
nice to meet you. I have a question about the championships, the World Cup, the last year. How you explain the difference between last year when you get the silver medal and the 2 years before with the European Cup? Like was exactly the same team, but the success was a bit different. And the second question: who was your best playmate on any team?
Okay. First, I don't know. Not everybody probably know here the history about our last years in the national team. But after Rio 2016, we had a coach named Jorge Dueñas. We were speaking about him before, and he was there until 2017. He was with us until December. And after that, we changed the team, the coach, sorry. We changed the coach. And new one, Carlos Viver, came to us. So, of course, with the coach came also a lot of changes with the players. Do you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, because now I have everybody's freezing, so it's why I asked. Sorry. And after this change, of course, he changed a lot of the players inside the team also. And as you know, when you create a new system or a new team, you need time when you will create the new team again, or it will work, or a team that will work. So, of course, as you say, in the last World Championship in Germany and European in French, the result was really bad, but also because the team was still in the way. So we did not have still like a group, or we were not 100% competitive because we were training for. And I have to say that this silver medal in Japan was a kind of reward for this work. No, it was 3 years when we were working really hard to try to be a competitive team again. And yes, this was like the reward for this hard work. And after you asked me, sorry, but Cristobal, I think you asked me.
Teammate.
Who is
Teammate. Sorry,
teammate?
yes, I want to say playmaker or teammate. Sorry, I had no like a one, I have to say, but what I can say is like from Ichaco, we still had a group that we meet when we can because we were like best friends ever, and is a team like with all the mafia, I can say, and is probably the Spanish players here is Begoña Fernández, Andrea Barno, Macarena Aguilar, Jessica Alonso, Nayara Gozcue, y yo creo que somos esas 6. Y bueno, y está la fisio también dentro. Sorry, and the physio.
Wrong language.
Sorry, I started to speak Spanish and I changed. And the physiotherapist is also inside. So yes, it's like a group that I can say that we did a friend group also inside the team. Sorry.
Don't worry, it happens
Thank
to
you.
all of us.
Now I am coming back to
languages.
Hungary, so Hungarian, Spanish, then English. Sorry, I have a mix.
So let's talk about Hungary now that you mention it. How is the move from Spain to Hungary? Is the handball different? What has changed on the court, in your life?
Yeah, everything. Handball is really different also. But as I told before, it came in a time when I was injured. I was looking for a team. So it was also like an open door for me to came here. I came with a lot of energy, with a lot of aim to be a player again, like to learn handball again, to come back. And I came to a really different handball. They played really completely different than us. As Spanish players know, Spanish people is like try to play intelligent, and Hungarian people they are hard as I think when they are kids they put them 20 kilos in the bag and they have to go everywhere with it. So it kind of changed the way I see.
Is this why you're a center back now?
Is why now I use my brain. Because if I have to fight against them, I completely lost. So no, for me it was a challenge to change that, because of course in Spain everybody plays same handball. Here they play different one, and in the first year was a kind of to learn again how to play, how to help them, how I can use their game to me also. So yes, was hard, but it was a challenge, and I like challenges. So for me it was kind of a good one.
You spent quite a few years in Budapest, and very recently you've moved out. How is this going? Why did you decide to move? And is it better? Is it worse?
I started at the beginning. Why I changed? I was 7 years in Ferencváros, and I was really happy. I have to say this was the best decision I made in my life. So I cannot say anything wrong about that. But I don't know if some of you had the same experience, but when I start to be here 5 years, 6 years, first, Budapest is my second home. So I quite made my second home from Budapest. But after 5, 6 years with the same coach, same half team, same people around, we were fighting for things, but we did not reach them. So it was kind of frustrating sometimes. I get unmotivated. It's like I was trying to fight to get again this feeling, to try to fight again, but was like a quite of monotony for me. So I was trying to change myself, to try to get something different to stay here, but in the end was absolutely not. I tried after my fight. I was 2 years feeling that way, and after I would try to play to speak with the team, to talk to them about how I feel, what I think we have to change, but they were not in the same way as I was. So I started to look for another team. I was also thinking, I stay in Hungary, I go out, what I do. And I had this option in Schiphol, and they had the project that I would like, that Fradi has. Of course, to try to fight for the Champions League. I think also if you want to have a good team, you have to have quite a mix between Hungarians and foreign people. For example, in Fradi, they believe in really Hungarians and some foreign people, what I think is respectable. But sometimes course, you have to have this balance. I don't know how to say, but this is my opinion. So yeah, whatever. And the change actually was good because I think change, for good or bad, you always learn something. So was quite an unexpected season because in March it ends. So yeah, this way nobody could control that. But I think the change was good, was positive. I really believe what I would put like this. I really believe it was positive. And the only thing is was like a zero because in Hungary they delete the season, so they did not use any of the results we did on this season, and they will took the 2018-2019 results for the next year. So on that way, we were second. We had a Champions League position, and now we have nothing, and we start over again. So I'm happy, kind of.
Fingers crossed for the next season then. But let's talk about Shafok a bit more, because you're Spanish, you play in Hungary, and I think you have a Norwegian coach, which just adds to the mix. So my question is, where does Norwegian sense of playing handball comes in this kind of intelligent Spanish and physical Hungarian mix?
I think it's perfect because Hungarian coaches, I don't want to speak bad about them, but they have quite a different system. And this system used not to work with foreign people because they are quite old school, kind of Trefilov, like shouting and physical. And with foreign people, this does not really work. So it's first time I have a Norwegian coach or a foreign coach in a country, because in Italy I had a Hungarian coach, and in Spain I have a Spanish coach. So it's first time I am in a
or the feeling is really good. Wait, because my laptop.
We
sorry.
lost you for a second, but you're back.
Okay, because I have 5% of battery, and it's not like I don't want, but I have now the charger. So sorry, I will be fast. And yes, a kind of.
Oh, you're muted again. I think your laptop is
Mix, because we have also a lot of foreign players. We have Hungarian half team is foreign. So
I think we've got some tech issues. We got a question in the chat. Can you still hear me? Just a quick check. Can you hear me?
me, yes.
Yes, perfect.
If not, I will check my phone. Sorry, but now I got in shock. Sorry.
Don't worry. We got a question on the chat from our first team women's team coach. And he would like to know, how do you decide when to pass and when to shoot when you're in the center?
Yeah. This is the kind of thing that you learn with Ambrose also sometimes. Yes. When to shoot. I think the key of handball, at least how I learn handball, is like it's a team sport. This is the first. So I don't like players who only play for themselves. I like players who play also for the others. And one of the most important things is to create spaces for the other, or at least I think that way. So how to know? Of course, you have to feel it. It's a kind of, you of course can train it, but you have to feel it. But one of the things I do when I'm middle back is to create spaces for the others. So I always try to use the spaces. So I don't try to go against one defender. I try to go to a space when I can catch two players to create the space for the others, if I'm answering it good.
And how do you recover if the decision wasn't good and you have to kind of go into the next action? Do you just try to forget, or what's the magic trick?
I fight with the referee as much as I can. I know it's not the best I can say right now, but I'm always speaking with the referees in good way. But when I think something is wrong, yes, I try to speak with them or ask them like, hey, why that? Can you explain me in your way? Because my way is completely different. So yeah.
And if you're losing a game, or, that is almost to finish, let's say with 5 minutes left, and you need to pick up yourself, kind of get a new wave of energy to your team, what do you do?
I always try. In the court, I have quite a hard character, because when I'm on the court, I'm working, so I'm tough, and I ask myself the best, and I try to ask the others same best as I do to myself. So sometimes if you see me in the court, I can be really hard. But in these 5 minutes, for example, I think the most important is to have everybody concentrate in that moment. Because a lot of people, when that moment came, they get nervous. Somebody asked me for like, how do you concentrate or you get yourself like, yeah, this is important. I try to do that. I try to get everybody inside. Some really good words in a key moment can make somebody to give their best. So I try to do that.
Makes sense. Let's talk about the kind of most recent career and the plans for future to close it off. What is, the next plan? Obviously, you mentioned Champions League, the Olympics, but what is your general plan for the next few years? Do you want to stay in Hungary? What's on your mind?
Actually, I'm open. So I don't like to really think on the far future because, my experience, I like one day from another. Bye-bye. So I try to enjoy the present. I have 1 more year in contract in Shiofok right now. And I would like to, of course, do it. The aim is the same as last year. We would like to be second in the league and try to fight for Champions League. So, after that, I will see. I am always like an open windows. I want to see all the possibilities, the chances I have. And, of course, I would like one day to go back to Spain. Right now it's hard, but yes, it will be my dream if it will be a team, a place, a city who really support a handball team, because I think I will be really open to go back. And of course, we have 2021 after this Olympics, we will have our championship at home in Spain, and this is his aim. Also, will be really nice if I could play it at home. But it will be
consider
really
playing for us in England.
Yeah, I'm an open window. I tell you, I'm an open window. So I have to my English, so it will be perfect. But yes,
you should always feel invited. And on this very happy note, I'll pass to Maria Perez, that we call Maite, that is also on our board, that is one of our best players and a captain.
Thank you for that, Omi. Hola, Nerea. It's an honor and a pleasure to have you here. But what is impressive is that you speak so passionate still about handball, how your smile appears when you speak about champions. So it's wonderful. Thank you very much. I could have hours, thousands of questions for you. But one that is at the moment for us important is, for example, what do you think we could do as a club or as a federation to improve the female league? Because we are in the moment, I don't know, I will put you like quickly. We have a league now at the moment that is going to be just 6 teams, which is not great. So what would you suggest to have a strong league, a female one?
Yeah. Thanks for the question. Hard to answer, but in a country when there is no culture about the sport, I think it's hard to make it. But of course, probably Jordi is working hard for that, and or you all, I don't know who is inside this project, but probably everybody's working really hard. First, of course, you always need economic support, which is really hard also to find so many times. But the most important is to create like a base. So London is a city, or England is a city or a country, when you have a lot of people from abroad. So probably, as you are, there is a lot of people who were playing handball before, so that they were probably looking for a place where to join people, to have this atmosphere. So this is a kind of positive thing for you, I think. And now with social media, I think you have to use as much as you can, because this is really good reclaim. Now we have like an open door for everyone to show themselves in the new media, in internet. So this is, I think, a positive thing, that you don't need now to really get a phone, if not to put a picture and to make a reclam. So this is really nice. And of course, if you have not so many teams, I know maybe the league is not the perfect way, but it's something. So I was speaking before with Dominic and Jordi about that. And I think that you have 6 teams. Okay, you still have 6 teams. It's not quite bad. You make 3 rounds. I think this is also nice. What you have to try to improve, I think you have to put small steps up. How play a challenge cup, 1 match, to see how the level is. Of course, you have to try to catch good coaches from abroad, try to get them there, try to create kids also. I know it's hard, but to create a kids generation who can grow up is so, and this is the bad or dirty work, no? To get the kids, make a
Yeah.
4, 5, 6 years work, which is hard to try to keep them if there is no a good league. But I think it's how to start, or at least I think is that I was never in a country that there is no culture of handball, so I cannot speak with experience, but it's the way I see. I think now it's quite, I was surprised when they told me 6 teams in women, so it's quite good. I think it's quite okay. I thought maybe there is 2 teams, or I never heard of handball in London, so I was really surprised when they told me there were 6 teams. I think this is quite a good start. Now, keep it. I only can say keep it, try to, I don't know if some of you are also coaches, so it will be good if players from the first team are also with the kids, trying to get them inside the handball, create a culture, create 2, 3 schools who can join your project. I think this can be nice, but I speak without experience, so yeah.
Brilliant, thank you. Muchas gracias. And something quickly, what game has been the game that you remember the most? I know it's difficult to just choose one, but I know Chaco has a wonderful history in female handball. So which one is the best game you remember? Even if it's not in Chaco, in somewhere else.
I have 2 games that I remember, and one has a good, both has a bad end because we lost both. Sorry. But the meaning, one is the final of the final of the European Championship in Hungary, 2014. We won the silver medal. Of course, we lost silver medal, but it was a meaning because it was after my 2 injuries in the knee. It was the first championship I could show that I'm back.
Yeah.
Yes, and I was also at home, my home, which is Budapest. So yeah, it has a special meaning. And the other one I will never forget is the 8 quarterfinals in the Rio 2016 that we lost again against French, but we were winning for 7 goals in 6 minutes before the end. We have an extra time. We have another extra time, and we lost by 1 goal, and we could not reach the semifinal of the Olympics. So I will never forget this match.
No, probably no. Muchas gracias. And that's it. I think, as Dominica has said, you are more than welcome to come to do whatever you want in the club. You can all meet even if you want. And thank you for being that smiley and funny, actually. Muchas gracias.
And from my end, also very big thanks for the conversation. Theo, who's our chairman, would like to close, but it was great to chat. Thank you for taking the time, and hopefully see you soon. Theo? You're muted.
Yeah. Only one thing. I have 2%, sorry, Theo, but I hope I can reach the end. If not, I'm so sorry, okay? But yeah, sorry.
We do it quick. We just wanted to say on the name of London GD, thank you for sharing some of your time with us. It's a really great privilege for us. And just to wish you all the best on a lot of victory in your club, on national teams, for the future games when you be back to courts, and not against France, of course.
No, I want to play against France, but win 1 time.
Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much, all of you. Really, thank you so much. It was a pleasure to be with you. Sorry if my English was not the best, but I'm trying. I'm keep trying. So yes, but thank you so much to having me, and I will be my pleasure one day to be there because I love London. I like to go for shopping, so one day I will go for shopping and I will visit you all. Okay, so really, thank you so much.
Thank you for joining. We wish you all the best. No more injuries, and the gold medal in Olympics next year.
Oh, it will be perfect. Thank you so much.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Oh, okay.